Grass stains drying on my blue jeans, green fingerprints below the knee. I must have sat there longer than I thought, but nothing came to hurry me. Sunlight lands across my forehead, warm enough to close my eyes. The clouds are barely moving, like they've forgotten where they're going. A bicycle rolls past the railing, its silver spokes divide the light. Someone laughs beneath the trees, then disappears beyond my sight. I keep walking without direction, let each corner choose the next. No destination in my pocket, no small promise left to check. The pavement holds the afternoon in patches underneath my shoes. Every shadow has a softer edge, every street has room to lose. I used to measure days by distance, by what was finished, what remained. Now the breeze moves through my jacket, and the hours need no name. The day takes its time, so I can take mine. No need to race the falling light, or pull tomorrow into sight. Let the road unfold, let the air stay warm. I don't need to know the ending to be exactly where I am. A paper cup rolls near the curb, then settles by a painted line. Even the wind seems undecided on a day as clear as this. There's music through an open window, too far away to understand. Only a rhythm in the distance, only sunlight on my hands. I cross the park beside the river, where the benches face the west. An old man feeds the birds in silence, like the silence is the best part. A dog lies flat beneath a maple, one ear raised above the ground. It hears the whole world passing and decides to stay stretched out. I sit where weeds divide the concrete, feel the warmth beneath my palms. Tiny leaves lean through the cracks without announcing they belong. My jeans collect another green mark, I brush it once then let it stay. Some evidence should not be clean from an ordinary day. Nothing important has occurred here, no revelation crossed my mind. Still, something tight has come undone without me leaving it behind. The day takes its time, so I can take mine. No need to race the falling light, or pull tomorrow into sight. Let the road unfold, let the air stay warm. I don't need to know the ending to be exactly where I am. Maybe peace is not a place, maybe it's a slower way of seeing. A window shining on the 5th floor, a plastic bag caught in a tree. The world does not become more beautiful, it simply stops demanding proof. And for a moment I stop asking what each quiet thing should do. The sun rests lightly on my eyelids, red and gold behind the skin. I breathe without correcting the pace the afternoon is in. No photograph could hold this properly, no sentence needs to make it last. Some hours are meant to pass through you without becoming part of the past. The day takes its time, so I can take mine. No need to race the fallen light, or pull tomorrow into sight. Let the road unfold, let the air stay warm. I don't need to know the ending to be exactly where I am. The grass marks stay upon my jeans, the sunlight slowly leaves my face. I walk home at the speed of evening, with nothing missing from the day. Curtains half drawn at the window, light resting flat across the floor. No appointment in the silence, no hand reaching for the door. The phone lies face down on the table, quiet as an unused key. For once the world can keep its questions somewhere out of reach from me. A jacket folded on the armrest, one shoe leaning toward the hall. Dust moves slowly through the sunlight, with no reason not to fall. I sink deeper in the cushions, let my shoulders lose their shape. Nothing here requires an answer, nothing waits for my escape. The ceiling fan turns without purpose, making circles out of air. I watch it long enough to notice how little effort peace can wear. No lesson hiding in the stillness, no reward for staying calm. Just the room becoming larger when I stop resisting where I am. Nothing needs me yet, nothing pulls me from this place. Let the afternoon stay open, let the hours lose their names. I don't have to make it useful, I don't have to move ahead for a while. The world can wait, nothing needs me yet. A glass of water by the window catches one thin line of gold. Even something left untouched can change as daylight grows old. The neighbor's footsteps cross the ceiling and dissolve behind a wall. Every sound arrives and leaves me, I don't follow it at all. There are plans inside a notebook closed beneath the folded page. They will still be there tomorrow, they don't need me on this stage. I used to treat an empty moment like a space I had to fill. Turn the quiet into progress, turn the pause into a skill. But the room keeps no accounting of the minutes that I spend. It does not ask what I completed or where the afternoon should end. So I let the silence settle, not as loneliness or doubt, more like water finding level when no hand is stirring it around. Nothing needs me yet, nothing pulls me from this place. Let the afternoon stay open, let the hours lose their names. I don't have to make it useful, I don't have to move ahead for a while. The world can't wait, nothing needs me yet. Maybe rest is not surrender, maybe stillness has no side. It does not promise transformation, it just lets the noise subside. No new version of myself waiting underneath the calm, only breath returning slowly, only weight leaving my palms. The clock continues in the kitchen, but it sounds much farther now. Time can pass without permission, I don't need to stop it somehow. Let the room remain unfinished, let the daylight leave no trace. Not every pause becomes a doorway, some are simply places. Nothing needs me yet, nothing pulls me from this place. Let the afternoon stay open, let the hours lose their names. I don't have to make it useful, I don't have to move ahead for a while. The world can wait, nothing needs me yet. The sunlight slips behind the curtain, the room returns to shades of gray. I stay still a little longer and let nothing save the day. The dome turns slowly overhead, metal moving through the dark. A thin red light beside the doorway leaves no shadow sharp enough. The telescope leans toward the opening, patient on its iron frame. Every gear completes a circle without needing to explain. A notebook rests beside the monitor, numbers written down the side. Someone marked the evening's weather, then drew one line beneath the time. Outside, the hill is almost silent, only wind against the rail. Far below, the city flickers, small enough to look unreal. I place one eye against the lens and let the darkness narrow in. A point of light becomes a surface, then a distance without end. All the thoughts I brought up with me, crowded, urgent, tightly wound, lose a little of their volume when the sky is opened out. Smaller under the stars, lighter than I was. Nothing here has disappeared, it just doesn't feel as large. Smaller under the stars, far from every crowded thought. I can leave the night unanswered and still carry something soft. The screen refreshes near the console, white coordinates against black. A quiet motor shifts the mirror, then the whole sky settles back. A moth keeps circling the red lamp, never touching what it sees. Its wings turn briefly into copper, then return to being gray. I think about the words from earlier, the ones I replayed all day. How each sentence grew much heavier every time I made it stay. But light can travel through a silence longer than a human life, without demanding to be witnessed, without arriving right on time. Maybe distance is not absence, maybe waiting is not loss. Some things take the shape of meaning only after they have crossed. I breathe slower by the eyepiece, let my shoulders leave my ears. The night does not remove my questions, it just spreads them somewhere wider. Nothing solved beneath this ceiling, no clear answer written far. Still, the weight inside me changes when I stop being the largest part. Smaller under the stars, lighter than I was. Nothing here has disappeared, it just doesn't feel as large. Smaller under the stars, far from every crowded thought. I can leave the night unanswered and still carry something soft. Maybe wonder is not brightness, maybe it begins in black. A room where every known direction opens farther than the map. The trumpet fades behind the motor, the dome completes another turn. One small planet crosses slowly past the light that left before us. I press my palm against the railing, cold metal under skin. The universe remains indifferent, still I do not feel dismissed. There is comfort in proportion, in not standing at the center. For a moment I am only one quiet witness in December. Smaller under the stars, smaller under the stars, lighter than I was. Nothing here has disappeared, it just doesn't feel as large. Smaller under the stars, far from every crowded thought. I can leave the night unanswered and still carry something soft. The dome begins to close above me, city lights remain below. I leave the stars where they were shining and take the silence down the road. Yeah. Yeah. The doors are locked behind the lobby. Fluorescent signs have gone to blue. One emergency light keeps burning near the lockers by the pool. Water presses against the edges, holding still without being still. Silver lines move on the ceiling, then disappear above the wall. A towel rests beside the benches, darkened where it touched the floor. Bare footprints cross the wet white tiles, and then beside the shallow water, the lane ropes turn in small directions, red and white beneath the light. Every floating mark keeps moving, though the room has stopped for night. I sit where swimmers leave their sandals, both hands resting on my knees. The air is warm around my shoulders, sharp with water, stone and steam. All day long I held my thoughts like something fragile I might spill. Now the pool receives their movement without asking them to still. The water keeps the light, even after everyone has gone. Every wave becomes a shadow, every shadow carries on. The water keeps the light, I don't have to hold it tight. What I cannot settle now can move quietly through the night. Yeah, a drop falls somewhere near the deep end. The echo crosses wall to wall. For a second, one small sound feels large enough to fill it all. Numbers painted on the starting blocks wait beneath the ceiling glow. No one bends to hear the signal, no one needs to be the first. A forgotten pair of goggles hangs from one bent metal rail. Clear lenses catching empty lanes, like eyes that do not need a face. I remember learning how to float, the fear of lifting both my feet. How the body finds the surface only after it releases weight. Maybe thoughts behave no differently. When the grip becomes too strong, they sink beneath the pressure, then return when left alone. I lean closer to the water, seeing my outline break in two. One face carried by the darkness, one dissolved beneath the blue. Neither version asks for meaning, neither needs to be complete. Both remain for half a moment, then become reflected beams. The water keeps the light, even after everyone has gone. Every wave becomes a shadow, every shadow carries on. What I cannot settle now can move quietly through the night. Maybe calm is not a flat line, maybe it still bends and shifts. A surface trembling under silence, keeping everything it reflects. The trumpet fades into the tile room, the bass moves softly underneath. Water touches every border, then returns without retreat. I used to think that being steady meant refusing every wave. Now I watch the ceiling shimmer and let motion share the space. Nothing here becomes less peaceful, because one ripple crosses through. The room stays quiet around it until the water turns back blue. The water keeps the light, even after everyone has gone. Every wave becomes a shadow. Every shadow carries on. The water keeps the light. I don't have to hold it tight. What I cannot settle now can move quietly through the night. The final lamp goes dark behind me. One pale exit sign remains. I leave the water holding moonlight, and the echoes holding shape. Yeah. Rain stays gathered on the window, thin gray lines against the street. Aprons hang beside the doorway, dark with water, dust and heat. The wheel is turning without clay now, slow and softly near the wall. One small lamp above the workbench leaves a circle over all. Bowls are lined along the shelving, each one slightly out around. Fingerprints beneath the edges, pressed too lightly to be found. I stand beside the metal basin, rinse the earth from both my hands. Brown water folds around my knuckles, then disappears beneath the drain. The teacher left a note in pencil, let it rest before you change. Some shapes answer when you touch them, some grow clearer when you wait. I thought making meant deciding where each curve was meant to go, but the clay keeps its own memory of every pressure. I don't know what the hands remember, the mind can leave alone. A little weight, a little water, a shape that finds its own. What the hands remember doesn't have to be explained. Some things become more honest when the edges still remain. A narrow cup beside the window leans a little toward the light. Its handle sits too close to center. Still, the balance feels alright. Someone carved a date beneath it before the surface had gone dry. Now the numbers wait in silence where no one thinks to look. The room smells faintly of wet stone, cedar shelves and cooling rain. Every object holds a pause between becoming and a name. I return to one unfinished vessel, covered loosely with a cloth. Lift the corner, touch the surface, feel the softness it has lost. There is still enough to alter, not enough to start again. So I smooth one shallow mark and leave the deeper one unchanged. I used to hide each small mistake, turn every roughness toward the wall. Now I see the thumbprint near the rim is what makes the vessel whole. Not because the flaw is beautiful, not because it proves a point, only because a human hand was there and didn't vanish from the form. What the hands remember, the mind can leave alone. A little weight, a little water, a shape that finds its own. What the hands remember doesn't have to be explained. Some things become more honest when the edges still remain. Maybe balance is not symmetry, maybe shape is how we yield. Pressure placed against resistance, then released before it seals. The trumpet fades behind the rainfall, the wheel completes another turn. I place both palms around the vessel without asking it to change. There are days I press too firmly, days I barely leave a trace. Still, the clay receives the moment without keeping score or blame. I cover what is still unfinished, leave it breathing on the shelf. Some things need a night of silence before they can support themselves. What the hands remember, the mind can leave alone. A little weight, a little water, a shape that finds its own. What the hands remember doesn't have to be explained. Some things become more honest when the edges still remain. I turn the final lamp off slowly. Rain shines silver through the door. The clay stays resting in the darkness, becoming something without force. The final image leaves the screen, but no one stands up right away. White letters climb through darkness, names dissolving into gray. Red seats hold the shape of body, coats are lifted row by row. Someone whispers near the aisle, then the curtain starts to glow. The projector keeps on turning, though the story has gone still. It's slow mechanical breathing moves softly through the room. I remain beneath the balcony, hands resting loosely on my knees. One scene returns without permission, then disappears before it speaks. A man walks slowly toward the doorway, blue light folding at his feet. For a second every shadow looks like someone I might meet. I came here looking for distraction, something easy to forget. Now the silence after ending feels more honest than the plot. When the credits rise, I let the picture stay. No need to name what moved inside me, no need to turn it all away. When the credits rise, the room becomes my own. Some endings leave a little light after everyone has gone. A paper cup beneath the seat leans against a folded coat. Someone left a ticket stub with half the printed date still showing. Dust moves slowly through the beam, crossing rows no longer filled. Every empty chair appears to keep a fragment of the film. The usher waits beside the entrance, holding both doors slightly wide. He does not hurry anyone, he lets the darkness take its time. Outside buses cross the avenue, rain begins against the glass, but here the screen stays pale and open, like a thought that has not passed. I remember one small moment, a hand resting on a window frame. Nothing important in the story, still it follows when I blink. Maybe that is how we carry things, not whole scenes of perfect lines. Only gestures without answers, only light at certain angles. The projector finally slows, the room releases one last sound, and something in my chest grows quieter without needing to calm down. When the credits rise, I let the picture stay. No need to name what moved inside me, no need to turn it all away. When the credits rise, the room becomes my own. Some endings leave a little light after everyone has gone. Maybe endings are not doors, maybe they are dimming rooms, a place where every moving image settles gently into you. The trumpet breathes behind the curtain, the bass remains beneath the floor. I watch the blank screen hold the silence better than the scene before. There are feelings without language, there are truths that lose their shape when we pull them toward an answer before they're ready to be named. So I leave the story open, let it follow at a distance. Not everything that stays with us needs a clear explanation. When the credits rise, I let the picture stay. No need to name what moved inside me, no need to turn it all away. When the credits rise, the room becomes my home. Some endings leave a little light after everyone has gone. The lobby clock is near the evening, rain reflects the theater sign. I step outside without a summary, with one scene still in my mind. Metal shutters halfway lifted, cool air moving through the gap. Water shines across the pavement, catching pieces of the lamps. Buckets stand along the doorway, tall green stems beneath the light. Petals folded close together, still refusing to be bright. A worker cuts the ends in silence, blade moving clean across the grain. Drops each bundle into water, then begins the row again. Paper rolls beside the counter, brown and white against the wall. A cart moves slowly through the market, one loose wheel beneath it calls. The street outside is barely waking, delivery vans idle near. Someone lifts a crate of lilies, breathing softly through the cold. I walk between the narrow aisles, hands inside my jacket sleeves. Every color waits in darkness, like a thought before it speaks. Before the flowers open, before the morning knows, there is color in the silence, there is movement underneath. Before the flowers open, nothing needs to hurry here. Let the light arrive in pieces, let the air become more clear. A woman ties a thin blue ribbon around a bundle wrapped in gray. She turns the stems to find the balance, then sets the finished shape away. Some roses lean against the others, heavy with the water's weight. Small white blossoms fill the spaces no one planned for them to take. A radio plays behind the register, too low to recognize the song. Only rhythm through the shelving, keeping tired hands moving on. The floor is marked with fallen leaves, dark green pressed beneath my shoes. Nothing here is kept untouched still, nothing seems to lose its beauty. I came in carrying a morning already crowded in my mind. Calls to make and doors to open, hours waiting in a line. But these unopened rows remind me not all beginnings make a sound. Some arrive as cooler air or roots held quietly underground. A single petal slips from somewhere, turns once before it reaches stone. No one stops their work to catch it, still it does not fall alone. Before the flowers open, before the morning knows, there is color in the silence, there is movement underneath. Before the flowers open, nothing needs to hurry here. Let the light arrive in pieces. Let the air become more clear. Maybe readiness is hidden. Maybe growth begins that way. Not with doors thrown wide to daylight, but with water in the gray. The trumpet fades behind the rustle, paper folding near the stand. Someone carries yellow tulips like a small sunrise in their hands. The first train passes in the distance, windows trembling in a row. One by one, the market lights begin to lose their amber glow. I breathe in the earth and water, let the quiet reach my chest. Nothing in me has awakened fully. Still I do not feel unfinished. Before the flowers open, before the morning knows, there is color in the silence, there is movement underneath. Before the flowers open, nothing needs to hurry here. Let the light arrive in pieces, let the air become more clear. The shutters rise another meter, daylight enters through the street. I leave before the flowers open, with their colors following me. Blue shirts turning behind the glass, white socks rising and falling back. A red light blinks above the door, while rain keeps drawing on the street. The plastic chairs are lined in rows, one of them leans toward the wall. A magazine from last September lies open near the vending machine. The dryer hums beneath the ceiling, low and steady through the floor. Every circle looks the same, still something changes every turn. A woman folds a child's small jacket, smooths each sleeve across her knee. She works slowly without looking at the clock above the sink. I brought a bag of ordinary things, cotton, denim, faded gray, but something in the repetition makes the whole night feel less sharp. I watch the water fill the window, watch the fabric lose its weight. Some things soften when you leave them long enough inside the waves. One more cycle, let it turn. Let the water take its time, let the quiet do its work. One more cycle, nothing more. Some things come back lighter than they were before. A coin drops through the metal slot, a small sound crosses through the room. The machine begins another motion without asking what it holds. Outside, headlights bend through water, stretching yellow on the glass. Inside, every spinning window keeps a different kind of past. There's a stain along my jacket cuff from a morning weeks ago. I thought it would have faded sooner, but some marks are slow to go. The washer does not judge the fabric, does not question where it's been. It only fills, releases, turns, and starts the same routine again. A man beside the folding table sleeps with both arms crossed. His shoes are wet beneath the chair, his breathing keeps a softer rhythm. I think about the words I carry through the doorway in my head, how each one felt much heavier before the room began to spin. Nothing here is solved the evening, no answer waits beneath the lid. Still my thoughts have stopped colliding, for the first time since I came in. One more cycle, let it turn. Let the water take its time, let the quiet do its work. One more cycle, nothing more. Some things come back lighter than they were before. Maybe change is not a clean line. Maybe it returns in waves. A little soap, a little motion, a little room for what remains. The trumpet fades behind the humming. The rain grows softer near the door. I watch one final shirt rise slowly, then disappear beneath the foam. There are memories I kept pressing, trying hard to make them flat, but folded things still keep their creases even when you hide the shape. So I leave the fabric turning, leave the past without a name. Not everything comes out spotless, still it does not stay the same. One more cycle, let it turn. Let the water take its time, let the quiet do its work. One more cycle, nothing more. Some things come back lighter than they were before. The machines begin to settle. Morning gathers in the glass. I fold the warmth into my arms and let the night remain unfolded. The platform clock is missing minutes, one hand trembling near the fore. Cold air moves beneath the benches, carries paper down the floor. A yellow line beside my shoes runs straight into the darker end. No one here is in a hurry, there is nowhere yet to send them. One man sleeps against a pillar, hat pulled low above his face. A woman holds a canvas bag, both hands folded at the base. The board above us changes numbers, red lights blinking into place. Every destination looks more distant in the color before day. I keep my ticket in my pocket, no need to read the time again. The rails are shining under streetlights, thin and quiet in the rain. Somewhere far beyond the tunnel, metal turns against the track. The sound arrives before the engine, then dissolves and travels back. Before the first train, before the city knows my name, there is room between the hours, there is quiet without blame. Before the first train, nothing pulls me either way. I can stand here without answers, at the edge of another day. A station speaker wakes above us, words break softly through the hiss. Half the sentence disappears, but no one seems to notice it. A cleaner pushes past the staircase, wheels uneven on the tile. He stops to move an empty bottle, then continues down the line. Blue light gathers on the rooftops, buildings slowly lose their gray. Windows show no life behind them, still the morning finds its way. I think about the room I left, the cup untouched beside the sink, a shirt hanging on the chair, a note I chose not to rethink. Nothing waits there with resentment, nothing follows me outside. The night can keep what I abandoned and until I choose to look inside. A train moves on the distant streets, too far away to clearly hear. Only a tremor through the railing, growing slowly as it nears. I place one palm against the metal, feel the motion before sound. Some beginnings do not announce themselves, they travel first beneath the ground. Before the first train, before the city knows my name, there is room between the hours, there is quiet without blame. Before the first train, nothing pulls me either way. I can stand here without answers, at the edge of another day. Maybe leaving is not courage, maybe staying is not fear. Maybe movement starts much earlier than the moment wheels appear. The lights inside the tunnel brighten, two small circles drawing near. Everyone lifts their head together, without a signal, without words. The wind arrives before the carriage, lifts my jacket from my side. For 1 second every loose thought moves in one direction through my mind. No grand promise in the morning, no new person I must be. Only one more open doorway, and enough room to enter it quietly. Before the first train, before the city knows my name, there is room between the hours, there is quiet without blame. Before the first train, nothing pulls me either way. I can step inside without knowing what will follow from the day. The doors close softly behind me, platform lights begin to slide. Dawn appears across the window, with the station left outside. The rooftop door shuts softly, metal settling in the frame. Evening leans across the buildings, turning windows into flame. Two white shirts move on the clothesline, slowly filling with the wind. The sleeves reach out toward one another, then fall empty once again. Water gathers near the drain pipe, holding pieces of the sky. A plane moves low above the chimneys, silver fading from my sight. The tank beside the western wall throws a shadow through the rails. Pigeons gather on the antenna, facing somewhere I can't name. I rest both arms upon the railing, let the concrete take my weight. Down below the traffic changes, but up here it sounds delayed. All the conversations from the day still circle somewhere in my head, yet every voice grows less convincing under clouds becoming red. I do not try to push them outward, I just let the distance work. Some thoughts loosen on their own when the city looks this small. Above the evening, everything turns light. The day releases what it carried before it disappears from sight. Above the evening, I don't need to understand. I let the wind move through the silence, and the silence through my hands. A neighbor opens one small window, 3 floors down across the street. Someone waters plants along the ledge, dark soil gathering at their feet. A radio plays behind a curtain, only rhythm reaching here. The words dissolve between the rooftops before they enter either ear. One sock slips loose from a wooden clip, but catches on the rusted wire. It hangs there turning in the sunset, small and stubborn in the air. I think about the things I promised to complete before the night, how every task became a measure of whether I was living right. But the skyline keeps no record of the hours I misplaced. It does not count unfinished pages or the messages delayed. The water tank grows almost black now. The clouds lose all their gold. Still a thin line near the horizon refuses to become cold. I breathe slower without planning, let my shoulders lower down. Maybe peace is only distance from the level of the sound. Above the evening, everything turns light. The day releases what it carried before it disappears from sight. Above the evening, I don't need to understand. I let the wind move through the silence, and the silence through my hands. The last plane crosses toward the river, red light blinking through the gray. For a moment I can follow it, without wishing to escape. Maybe rest is not departure. Maybe letting something end means standing where you are until the edges soften again. The clothesline settles near the chimney, every sleeve becoming still. The city turns its windows inward, one by one beneath the hill. I place my palm against the railing, cool metal holding evening rain. Nothing in me has been answered, still the pressure has changed. Above the evening, everything turns light. The day releases what it carried before it disappears from sight. Above the evening, I don't need to understand. I let the wind move through the silence, and the silence through my hands. The rooftop door waits in the darkness. One pale window stays awake. I take the stairs a little slower, leaving nothing here to take. Water holes along the windows, small clear lines beneath the frame. Each one chooses its own direction, though they all begin as rain. Stone beneath my shoes is darker from the people passing through. Every step releases traces of the garden into view. Broad green leaves lean toward the ceiling, holding silver at the edge. One drop gathers near the center, then disappears beneath the stem. Warm air settles on my jacket, earth and cedar in the room. Outside traffic moves in fragments, muted by the glass and bloom. A narrow path divides the ferns, then folds behind a wall of vines. I follow without deciding which turn is wrong or right. There are labels by the planters, names too careful to retain. I let every leaf stay nameless and every color stay the same. Under the glass, the noise grows small. Rain keeps sliding down the windows, but it cannot reach me now. Under the glass, I loosen my hands. Nothing here is asking questions, nothing needs to understand. A child points toward a cactus, nearly taller than her head. Her father bends to read the marker, while she watches light instead. Two gardeners cross the far end, carrying soil in shallow trays. They speak in quiet, measured phrases. then disappear behind the shade. The trumpet breeze between the branches, soft enough to sound like air. For a moment I can't separate the music from the room itself. Tiny rivers on the window split the skyline into lines. Buildings bending through the water, losing all their harder sides. I came in with a list of problems, each one sharpened by the street. Now they feel like folded papers, softening beneath the heat. Nothing solved and nothing finished, still the edges have gone thin. Maybe peace is not an answer, maybe it is space within. A leaf turns slowly and the airflow shows its darker side than green. Even stillness keeps on moving in ways too small to be seen. Under the glass, the noise grows small. Rain keeps sliding down the windows, but it cannot reach me now. Under the glass, I loosen my hands. Nothing here is asking questions, nothing needs to understand. Maybe calm is not a silence, maybe it is softer sound. Water tapping from the ceiling, roots dividing through the ground. Every living thing around me moves without appearing rushed. Growing does not always thunder, sometimes it is barely touched. I place one palm against the window, cool glass beneath my skin. The city stays exactly where it was, but farther than it's been. No revelation in the garden, no new version of my name. Only breath becoming even as the final drops remain. Under the glass, the noise grows small. Rain keeps sliding down the windows, but it cannot reach me now. Under the glass, I loosen my hands. Nothing here is asking questions, nothing needs to understand. The clouds begin to open, light returns along the path. I step outside a little lighter, with the rain still on the glass. Rainwater gathers by the doorway, umbrellas leaning in a row. A bell moves once above the entrance, then the room returns to low. Wooden boards beneath my footsteps keep a softer kind of time. Every shelf divides the silence into narrow shaded lines. Clouded daylight through the window falls across a table's edge. Dust turns slowly in the brightness, then disappears behind the shelves. A woman reads beside the heater, one hand resting on the page. She does not notice when the traffic changes color through the rain. I pull a book from near the middle, no clear reason for the choice. The cover bends beneath my fingers like it recognizes weight. There are notes along the margins written years before today. Small opinions from a stranger still refusing to decay. I do not need to know their story, I just follow where they stopped. Some unfinished thoughts feel warmer when they're held but never solved. Leave a little room along the edge of every page. Not every thought needs closing, not every feeling needs a name. Let the weather pass, let the quiet rearrange. I can meet myself more clearly in the margins after rain. The shopkeeper adjusts the lampshade, turns the yellow slightly down. A delivery truck moves past the window, sending water toward the curb. Somewhere deeper in the back room, a kettle settles with a click. The sound is small enough to notice, then too small to hold on to. I read the opening line twice, not because I missed the sense. Something in the way it pauses makes the room feel less compressed. Outside, people cross the pavement, shoes reflecting in the street inside. Every spine stays upright without needing to compete. A folded receipt marks a chapter dated almost 7 years. Someone bought a cup of coffee, someone stood exactly here. Maybe that is all a memory needs to leave behind the last. Not the whole shape of an evening, just one object from the past. I close the book but keep one finger in the place I might return. Some things do not need completion to become a thing you learn. Leave a little room along the edge of every page. Not every thought needs closing, not every feeling needs a name. Let the weather pass, let the quiet rearrange. I can meet myself more clearly in the margins after rain. Maybe clarity is not an answer, maybe it is thinner noise. A table, one dim circle, and enough space for a choice. The trumpet fades behind the bass line, rain slips slowly from the sign. I watch one final drop surrender to the pavement outside. I used to fill each empty corner with the plan or explanation. Now I let the blank page hold me without asking for creation. The room grows darker by degrees, the words remain where they have been. Nothing here becomes less meaningful because I do not reach the end. Leave a little room along the edge of every page. Not every thought needs closing, not every feeling needs a name. Let the weather pass, let the quiet rearrange. I can meet myself more clearly in the margins after rain. The bell moves softly when I leave. Wet pavement shining down the lane. I carry nothing but one sentence in the smell of wood after rain. Sunlight breaks across the railing, thin gold lines above the tide. A bicycle bell behind me, then a shadow gliding by. My sleeves are folded to the elbows, warm wind moving through the trees. Small green pieces cross the pavement without asking where they lead. The river carries broken pictures, windows, clouds, a passing plane. Nothing stays the way it enters, still the water keeps its shape. I walk beside the faded benches, paint worn pale along the side. Someone left a folded newspaper, turning softly in the light. A runner passes breathing evenly, shoes tapping out a distant phrase. I let the sound move past my shoulder, I have nowhere else to race. The city stands across the water, steel and glass beneath the blue. Far enough to lose its pressure, close enough to still feel true. Where the river slows, I can slow down too. Let the light move on the water, let the afternoon pass through. Nothing here to hold, nothing left to prove. Where the river slows, I remember how to move. A child throws crumbs beside the walkway. Birds arrive in scattered gray. One stays back beneath the railing, watching all the rest take shape. An old man reads without a cover, thumb resting midway down the page. Every few lines he lifts his head, as if the view has something else to say. Grass stains gather on my sneakers from the slope beside the path. I sit where roots divide the ground and let the sun fall through the branches. A ferry cuts across the distance, white foam folding at its side. For a moment, all the buildings break apart inside the tide. My phone stays silent in my pocket, though I know the world goes on. Messages collecting somewhere, plans continuing without me. I used to think a quiet hour had to leave me something clear. Now I let it remain unfinished, like the trumpet fading near. No important thought arrives here, no decision changes course. Only breath returning slowly, without pressure, without force. Where the river slows, I can slow down too. Let the light move on the water, let the afternoon pass through. Nothing here to hold, nothing left to prove. Where the river slows, I remember how to move. Maybe time is not occurring, pulling everything away. Maybe sometimes it just widens and gives each moment room to stay. A leaf circles near the shoreline, turns once more, then drifts from view. I don't need to know it's ending to believe the movement's true. The wind lifts softly through my collar, the trumpet breathes and disappears. For a second, all the distance feels uncomplicated here. I close my eyes beneath the sunlight, let the city lose its size. Nothing asks me to become more than a body in the light. Where the river slows, I can slow down too. Let the light move on the water, let the afternoon pass through. Nothing here to hold, nothing left to prove. Where the river slows, I remember how to move. The sunlight lowers past the railing, long shadows reaching toward my shoes. I rise and follow where they're pointing, at the pace the river chooses.
The trumpet rests beside the chair, its brass still warm beneath the light. A folded cloth across the bell, a quiet pause inside the night. The drummer rolls his sleeves back down and leaves both brushes on the snare. The room keeps half the rhythm moving, though no one's playing anywhere. Two empty tables near the window catch the taxis passing by. Yellow streaks across the ceiling, then darkness settles in their place. A waitress gathers paper napkins, one by one from every seat. The upright bass leans toward the corner, like it's listening to the street. I stay beneath the low red lighting, with my coat across my knees. No reason to check what time it is, the clock can keep that part from me. The band is talking near the hallway, words I cannot clearly hear. Someone laughs and then grows quiet, as the next set draws near. Between the sets, the room breathes differently. No hands upon the instruments, still the night keeps time for me. Between the sets, nothing has to reach an end. The silence holds the shape of sound before it starts again. A man beside the narrow staircase turns a coin between his hands. His eyes remain upon the bandstand, like he knows what silence means. The pianist returns alone, sets one page above the keys, moves the lamp an inch to the left, then leaves the bench without a word. Outside, steam climbs from the pavement, past a flickering hotel sign. A cab stops briefly at the corner, then carries someone through the night. The window glass divides the city into pieces, red and gold. Every movement looks less urgent when observed from somewhere warm. My phone vibrates inside my pocket, then becomes completely still. Whatever waits beyond this room can't keep waiting if it will. I came here with a crowded evening, every thought demanding space. Now the pauses in the music have rearranged them into place. Not solved, not gone, not made more useful, only lighter than before. Like coats removed from wooden hangers near the entrance by the door. Between the sets, the room breathes differently. No hands upon the instruments, still the night keeps time for me. Between the sets, nothing has to reach an end. Silence holds the shape of sound before it starts again. The trumpet player crosses slowly, places water by his chair, checks the mute inside his pocket, then looks once around the room. No announcement from the ceiling, no applause to mark the change, only footsteps toward the bandstand and a cable gently moved. Maybe every thought needs distance, not an answer, not a plan, just a room where it can loosen before returning to your hands. The bassist lifts the wooden body, lets one low note in a first, and the silence does not disappear, it simply changes into sound. Between the sets, the room breathes differently. No hands upon the instruments, still the night keeps time for me. Between the sets, nothing has to reach an end. The silence holds the shape of sound before it starts again. Drummer raises both his brushes, a taxi turns beneath the rain. The red light deepens on the bandstand, and the whole room moves again. Rain right sideways on the window, 3 steps above the basement floor. Headlights bend across the glass, then vanish past the narrow door.
The trumpet leans into one phrase, low enough to bruise the air. The drummer leaves a little silence, and the whole room settles there. A red bulb hangs above the piano, thus turning slowly in its glow. The player keeps his eyes half closed, like he already knows where not to go. Coats are folded on the railing, umbrellas breathing by the stairs. Every table holds a private weather, no one needs to make it clear. I came in carrying the avenue, crosswalk numbers ringing phones. Now the bass moves through the floorboards and separates the noise from bone. The server passes through the shadows, never interrupting time. A glass catches the trumpet's reflection, then releases it in lines. I let the chair support my shoulders, let the evening lose its weight. For the length of one slow measure, the city can afford to wait. The city can wait upstairs. Let the traffic keep its prayers down here. The room moves slow, where the red light barely shows. The city can wait upstairs. Nothing urgent reaches here. Let the next note find its place. Let the night fall at its pace. Yeah. A couple near the back wall whispers, words too soft to cross the room. Their hands stay still upon the table, while the cymbals slowly bloom. The guitarist bends one quiet answer, lets it fade before it lands. Some sounds become more honest when they leave unfinished plans. Outside, someone runs for shelter, shoe striking hard against the rain. Down here, every beat arrives with no intention to explain. Now watch the player lift the mute, set it gently by his knee. The next note opens slightly wider, but never asks the room to see. There are messages inside my pocket, names illuminated in blue. I turn the screen toward the table, let the darkness cover through. Nothing breaks because I'm absent, no clock stops because I stay. The world survives one unanswered hour and carries on without my say. The bass walks slower through the changes, patient, heavy, never lost. It does not hurry toward the ending, it simply understands the cost of holding every thought too tightly, of naming every passing ache. Some nights only need a rhythm wide enough for breath to take. The city can wait upstairs. Let the traffic keep its prayers down here. The room moves slow, where the red light barely shows. The city can wait upstairs. Nothing urgent reaches here. Let the next note find its place. Let the night fall at its pace. The drummer lifts both brushes, and the silence enters first. No one moves to interrupt it, no one tries to fill the verse. Rain continues at the window, a train rolls underneath. The hanging glasses shake together, then return to being still. Maybe peace is not escaping, maybe it is choosing where to place your mind for one small moment and leave the rest outside the stairs. The trumpet rises without warning, not too high and not too bright, just enough to make the darkness feel deliberate tonight. The city can wait upstairs. Let the traffic keep its prayers down here. The room moves slow, where the red light barely shows. soften at the doorway. The set continues as I leave. I climb the stairs beneath the awning, with the bass still underneath.
The final note is still above us, though the player left the stage, hanging somewhere near the ceiling, like a word outside the page. 3 stools turn beneath the counter, 1 coat resting near the stairs. The room looks larger without voices, every corner holding air. A red light warms the empty bandstand, cables sleeping by the wall. Someone lowers half the shutters, but the night remains inside. The drummer's brush lies on the table, beside a folded setlist sheet. Names crossed out in blue-black ink, and 1 song they did not reach. I stay where the shadows gather, not because I missed the train. Some rooms become more honest when they stop performing for your name. The bass still moves inside the floorboards, low enough to feel not here, like the building keeps 1 heartbeat for whoever lingers here. After the last set, the room keeps playing. Nothing on the stage, but the air is still vibrating. After the last set, no one needs to speak. The quiet finds a rhythm and leaves it underneath. A server counts the folded napkins, stacks them square beside the light. The trumpet case remains half open, dark velvet facing toward the night. Outside, tires pass through water, yellow signs divide the glass. Down below, a train is moving like a thought beneath the past. A man in gray collects his newspaper, leaves a coin beneath the fold. The chair returns to being empty before the doorway has gone cold. I watch the small red lamp above me turn the tabletop to rust. Every object loses urgency when no one asks it to be touched. There are things I'm meant to settle, conversations without ends, but they feel less like unfinished business and more like distant weather now. The room asks nothing of my posture, nothing of the face I wear. I can loosen every answer and let it disappear in air. No revelation from the darkness, no grand truth inside the sound. Only space enough to notice how my breathing has slowed down. After the last set, the room keeps playing. Nothing on the stage, but the air is still vibrating. After the last set, no one needs to speak. The quiet finds a rhythm and leaves it underneath. Maybe silence is not empty. Maybe it is what remains. When the hands release the instruments, but the wood still holds the strain. The muted brass becomes a memory. The cymbal shimmer loses shape. Still the room continues listening long after everyone has changed. A subway rolls beneath the building. Glasses tremble on the shelf. For 1 second all the stillness moves without becoming less. I close my eyes and let the floorboards carry what I cannot name. Some nights do not resolve you, they just lower the flame. After the last set, the room keeps playing. Nothing on the stage, but the air is still vibrating.
and leaves it underneath. The red light fades above the bandstand. Someone turns the doorway key. I step out beneath the fire escapes, with the last note following me.
The cafe sign keeps losing letters, red then black then red again. A bus moves slowly through the window, dragging light across the rain. My coffee cooled an hour ago, still resting near my open hand. I read the same unfinished sentence, like it knows more than I understand. The screen throws blue across the table. The keys are worn around the space where both my thumbs have learned to hover when the right word leaves no trace. A spoon turns once inside a saucer. Someone stacks the chairs behind me. The room is closing without pressure, leaving smaller sounds to find me. I delete a perfect paragraph, too polished to contain the truth. Sometimes a sentence stands too straight to carry what you're going through. So I leave the language slightly crooked, let the silence show between. Every thought does not need fixing, some just need to be seen. One line worth keeping, one thought that stays. Through all the noise I made around it, through all the words I threw away. No sudden answer, no perfect ending, just one clear line beneath the others, quietly holding everything. The waiter wipes the empty counter in slow circles near the till. A train moves under several buildings, then the glass becomes still. I watch the cursor blink in place, patient as a distant tower. It does not ask me to continue, it only measures out the hour. There are notes along the margin, written small and crossed in gray. Questions from a different version of myself 3 nights away. I thought focus meant a narrowing, a locked door, and a lowered head. Now it feels more like a window left slightly open near the bed, letting in the smallest weather, letting out the crowded room, giving every restless sentence enough air to choose its shape. The neon pulses on the tabletop keeps a rhythm without sound, and one idea I nearly buried turns slowly toward the light. I do not chase it when it rises, I do not force it into place. I simply move the cup beside me and give the thought a little space. One line worth keeping, one thought that stays. Through all the noise I made around it, through all the words I threw away. No sudden answer, no perfect ending, just one clear line beneath the others, quietly holding everything. Maybe clarity is not brightness, maybe it is less to hold. A page with room around the meaning, a hand no longer gripping close. The rain grows lighter near the awning, the street begins to lose its shine. I read the final sentence slowly, then remove the final line. What remains feels less impressive, but much closer to my voice. Not a statement for the morning, just an honest, smaller choice. I save the file without a title, lean back and close my eyes. For the first time since midnight, the room no longer feels too wide. One line worth keeping, one thought that stays. Through all the noise I made around it, through all the words I threw away. No sudden answer, no perfect ending,
sign outside stops blinking. Gray light gathers on the street. I leave one sentence on the screen and let the morning finish it.
White walls holding their breath, morning folded into rectangles. A woman in blue facing away, keeps a whole season behind one shoulder. I stop where the light turns pale, not because the picture calls me, more like my footsteps finally notice they don't have to arrive anywhere. A guard turns one quiet page, somewhere beyond the narrow hall. The building settles in its frame, dust moves slowly through a silver beam. I read no card beneath the canvas, I let the colors keep their distance. There are days when naming every feeling only teaches it to stay. So I stand with my hands in my pockets, letting nothing become enough. The room does not ask for an answer, and I don't invent one. These rooms don't ask questions, they leave the silence where it falls. No need to fill the open spaces, no need to lean against the walls. I came in carrying too much motion, now even my shadow is slow. Nothing here is trying to hold me, still I don't feel alone. Yeah, there's a narrow frame near the corner, gray divided by a line of red. Most people pass it in a second, I stay until the red feels warm. Maybe peace is not a revelation, maybe it's attention without force. Watching one small color remain itself, without explaining what it's for. The city waits beyond the windows, taxis stitching through the rain. But here the afternoon grows wider, and every minute loses weight. A child points toward an empty canvas, then looks back at someone's face, as if the blankness made more sense than all the careful shapes nearby. I almost laugh, but keep it quiet. Some truths arrive without a sound. A vacant space can still contain you without closing itself around you. I loosen the knot behind my ribs, one careful breath, then one more. What I called emptiness this morning feels different than before. These rooms don't ask questions, they leave the silence where it falls. No need to fill the open spaces, no need to lean against the walls. I came in carrying too much motion, now even my shadow has slowed. Nothing here is trying to hold me, still I don't feel alone. Yeah. Maybe I was never looking for a picture that could speak. Maybe I just needed somewhere that would let me be incomplete. No lesson written in the lightning, no grand conclusion in the frame. Only enough room between the objects for my breathing to regain its shape. I watch my reflection in the glass overlap a distant painted door. For half a second, both are open, and I need nothing more. These rooms don't ask questions, they leave the silence where it falls. No need to fill the open spaces, no need to lean against the walls. I came in carrying too much motion, now even my shadow has slowed. Nothing here is trying to hold me, still I don't feel alone. Yeah. I step outside a little slower, the street has not become less loud, but something in me keeps the distance.
of a white wall around the sound. No answer folded in my pocket, no meaning I can neatly show, just quieter hands, an easier step, and room enough to let things go. 12:47 in the window glass, my face beside a blinking sign. Letters break apart and pass in taxis, then return between the lines. The corner table holds its balance, one cold cup, one open screen, a stack of thoughts without an order, and a cursor breathing green. Outside, the avenue keeps moving, yellow streaks across the rain. Inside, every small distraction waits politely for its name. I close a tab I never needed, move a sentence to the side. The room grows clearer by subtraction, like a tide withdrawing light. There's a mark beside the saucer, where the cup has made a ring, proof that even restless circles can be still around one thing. I don't force the words to gather, I just give them somewhere clean. Let the scattered pieces settle into spaces in between. Tabs left open in my head, little windows without ends. One by one I dim the noise until the room becomes a choice. No sudden answer, no grand sign, just a clearer line at a time. The city flickers, then grows thin, and I can hear myself again. The second cup has lost its warmth now, but the bitter keeps me near. Not awake in any bright way, just sufficiently sincere. A train moves under several blocks, the tabletop receives the sound. A low vibration through the metal, then it disappears underground. I underline a crooked phrase, not because I know it's right, only because it keeps returning with a different shape each time. There are thoughts that need correcting, there are thoughts that need a chair. Some arrive already speaking, some become themselves through air. So I leave a little margin, let the unfinished stay exposed. Every page is not a doorway, every question need not close. Neon trembles on the keyboard, red then blue then red once more. Like the night is keeping tempo without asking what it's for. My shoulders slowly lose their armor, my hands remember how to wait. The mind is not a crowded station when you stop announcing every train. Tabs left open in my head, little windows without ends. One by one I dim the noise until the room becomes a choice. No sudden answer, no grand sign, just a clearer line at a time. The city flickers then grows thin, and I can hear myself again. Maybe focus is not pressure, maybe clarity is small. A single sentence staying upright, while the others gently fall. I used to think the empty spaces meant the work had not begun. Now I see they hold the structure, like the silence holds the drum. The screen goes dark for half a second, my reflection takes its place. No urgent version of tomorrow written anywhere across my face. I breathe in, let the blue light fade. Breathe out, let the next word wait. Tabs left open in my head, Little windows without ends. One by one I dim the noise until the room becomes a choice. No sudden answer, no grand sign, just a clearer line at a time. The city flickers then grows thin, and I can hear myself again. The sign outside stops blinking. Morning gathers at the edge. I save the page without a title and leave one thought unfinished.